This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
We are live at 10:04, online audio all across the nation on www.onecast.in, numeral 1cast.in, 94.3 on the FM band on your radio sets right here in Mumbai City. Statutory warning only if you're not driving, you're in the backseat of a radio taxi, chauffeur-driven car, at home, at work, and you want to stream some video. We have Facebook Live now at facebook.com/HRISHIKAY. Nyla Masood, Moin Khan, actors are in studio, and Jonathan Augustin, director-producer, in studio. They're in a sweet film called The Lift Boy, which I spent last night watching. It's absolutely delightful. It's at select PVR cinemas tomorrow, Mumbai, Pune, Bengaluru. So check listings and go and catch it. Wonderful to see you, Nyla. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you so much for having us on the show, Hrishi.
And welcome to the show, Moin.
Thank you so much. Really honored.
And Jonathan, welcome back, buddy.
Good morning, Hrishi K. Lovely to be with India's number one RJ at India's number one radio station, 94.3 Radio 1. Thank you so much.
Now I know how good he is at pitching things to his actors also. So were you hooked from the word go when he came and narrated this story to you, Nyla?
So I actually got picked up from a mall. So the casting director saw me and she pitched it to me, and I met him, and I think it was instant. Both of us liked each other, and it was go from the first point.
It was love at first sight, Hrishi K.
Yeah, that must have been a first for you, being spotted at a mall and being given a role.
Yes, I think, when they say that in Bombay, people come to Bombay for their dreams, and this was like a dream come true, Maybe, I don't know if I could have ever dreamt of something like this, and Jonathan gave me the opportunity, and it's great. It's once in a lifetime.
Correct. Actors, now that happens once in a lifetime. All of you who are listening to this, please don't go and spend the rest of your lives in a shopping mall waiting to be cast. Moin, I take it yours were not under such extraordinary circumstances.
No, definitely not.
How were you cast?
A friend of mine was auditioning for this movie, and I was, looking forward for any acting jobs. And she told me that, there's this movie being made called The Lift Boy, and, they're looking for new actors. And I just connected with the casting team, and I actually auditioned for a really tiny role in the movie, and I was really looking forward to it. And luckily I saw John that day in the office. He actually wasn't supposed to be there, and I just got a call back saying that John wants to audition you for The Lift Boy, and I was really excited, and I was like, whoa. And I just went and auditioned for that, and worked out.
Did you, on purpose, not want very recognizable faces, John?
Absolutely, yeah, because see, this is a fresh film, it's a different film, so it's best you keep it fresh and cast new faces, and it'll be a blank canvas. So Nyla Masood, non-actor, never seen her before on screen, so that brings that sense of freshness to the film. Moin Khan had come, as Moin said, he had come for a very tiny part. Okay, he got put in the NG folder, not good folder, right? And luckily I was in office that day, so it was all cosmic. The universe meant us to meet, and we met, we connected, and then he's done a fabulous job. And if I show you the audition, the before the film began, the audition of Moin and Nyla, you'll be surprised to say, yeah, this is not the same person. You'll be like, they're different. So when they started, they were really bad in acting. Dialogues were flat, expressions were bad, no dialogue delivery.
And you're going to take credit for all of that?
No, it's their work. Hrishi K is their work. They give 6 months to this film. It's all credit to them. I've just been a mere cheerleader.
Lovely. More conversation with the crew from The Lift Boy in theatres tomorrow. Jerry Halliwell, look at me. Jerry Halliwell, look at me. Still streaming audio online all over India. www.onecast.in, numeral 1cast.in. So if you have film lovers around the country, especially in Pune and Bengaluru, please tell them, and they can listen online in their respective cities. 94.3 on the FM band right here in Mumbai City. And only if you're not driving now, we're Twitter live at HRISHIKAY. We've tagged The Lift Boy, Jonathan Augustin, the director, and Nyla Masood on Twitter. More conversation with Nyla, Moin, who play principal parts in The Lift Boy, and Jonathan, the director-writer.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Well, I have to say this, you really nailed your part, Nyla. I mean, nobody could tell that this is a first-timer. This wonderful character called Mrs. D'Souza. In your own words, how would you describe her?
I think to a large extent, she is what I am in real life.
Lovely.
Yes, I run an NGO for underprivileged children, so that part I think came very naturally to me. Apart from that, I think a lot of it we had to work on, because my real personality is not as as Mrs. D'Souza is, like straight posture and things like that. Jonathan had to work on my posture. He told me to watch a few films to keep the whole.
So what did you watch as part of your homework?
So I watched 100-Foot Journey.
Wow,
and I watched Wes Anderson's
Grand Budapest Hotel.
And
Mr.
Great
Gustav.
Yeah, so that helped a lot in building my character. But
so even if you didn't get paid, Jonathan, I mean, at least she added to her film, the film connoisseur in her. I'm just joking.
So I think Jonathan helped a lot in building the character, and I could relate to the character, so it just made it a little easier for me.
Now, we don't want to give too much of the story away, but there is a fair amount of pain and pathos in the lady's life, and what interests me is that she can not only teach engineering to the lift boy, but she also paints.
Yes.
Do you paint at all?
No, I don't paint.
Otherwise, it would have been bizarrely accurate.
No, and I was very clear that I told Jonathan, I said, don't touch my hair. I don't want this to go. So I think it fitted with the character, because I was an artist in the film, so they let me keep my hair the way it was.
In fact, we loved her, Hrishi. The thing is, the whole brief was, I want to find a lady who's 60 years old with short hair and who can act. So the acting bit, we started from scratch. But to find a lady who's 60 years old with short hair, to find a lady with short hair in India is very difficult, because India, we propagate long hair. So this was perfect. The minute we met her, it was like, this is perfect. Yeah. I've met my Maureen D'Souza.
So Moin Khan is now going to talk about, and meanwhile you're going to, on your phone, open out the theatres that people can go to actually. Yeah, so let's go, Moin. So your part, the lift boy.
He's a 24-year-old vagabond. I didn't have to really work much on that part, because
you're all vagabonds.
in our own way. So but other than that, the acting part I had to start from the scratch. Had to do a lot of rehearsals. In the movie, I have this scooter called Rani. I really love
yellow-colored, bright yellow scooter.
Right, and he has a lot of affection towards Rani. Raju, and in real life, thanks to John, I got to keep that scooter for a very long time with me, and I'd take her out on a.
I still have that scooter, more. I still have it in my garage. Yeah, it's still there.
Where did you pick it up from? It's so delightful.
I'll tell you what, the production team, Dharmendra and Shashank, my associate, they were searching helter skelter. They went on OLX. They've been negotiating. They went to Chor Bazaar, and finally they found someone in Andheri East, a second-hand scooter without papers, totally legal, and we picked it up. A lovely scooter, and we still have it.
Beautiful scooter.
The things you have to do for the cause of cinema. Yeah. So and then to me it's interesting that he's the son of a lift man.
Right.
But he is exposed to a totally different culture outside the house.
True.
So he's proper English speaking, and he's quite cool in that aspect.
Right. Right. He reads a lot of books. Watches a lot of movies. In the movie, he's currently reading The Great Gatsby, which is an awesome book, and he's very well read, and he's got this one best friend of his called Sean Lobo, who he's the only friend he has. So his life's really small, it's really tiny, but that's what that's who he is.
And an unlikely friendship forms between Mrs. D'Souza, is almost a mother figure,
right,
and the lift boy, which we will delve into further. So theatres, brother, where people can go.
So Hrishi K, in Bombay we have PVR Market City Kurla, PVR Low Parel, within Low Parel, and then we have PVR City Mall Andheri West. 3 theatres in Bombay. They're all doing really well, so you can book your tickets on Book My Show. In Pune we have PVR Market City Pune. All 3 shows are sold out. In Monday is sold out. In Bangalore we have PVR Whitefield at Whitefield, Phoenix Market City Whitefield, and that's at Sunday sold out. Friday, Saturday you have tickets for that. It's at 80% occupancy. So again, you can go book your tickets on Book My Show or Wakao. Book My Show bookings begin tonight, so please go book tickets.
Enrique Iglesias, Escape, back with the crew of The Lift Boy. 10:18, I'm Hrishi K.
94.3
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Welcome back. We're back live with the principal crew of this sweet film called The Lift Boy. I highly advocate you go and catch it. It's at select PVR cinemas tomorrow, not just here in Mumbai, but also in Pune as well as Bangalore. So if you're traveling to those cities, you have friends and family in those cities, please tell them about it. Moin Khan and Nyla Masood are the principal protagonists of The Lift Boy. They're in the studio, and Jonathan Augustin is the director-producer. So, tell me about the other characters. There's a very interesting character who's the friend of the lift boy, and his name is Sean. Fantastic character. Tell us about the character first and where you found him, please.
So, the character's name is Sean Lobo. He's a fat best friend. So, think of the whole idea was Laurel and Hardy. That dynamic should be there. So, I wrote the character for myself. As you can see, I'm a big roly-poly guy. And then, as we were coming close to locking casting, the first character we had locked was Sean Lobo, Damien Alexander D'Souza. He's a non-actor. I found him on Facebook. So we had some common friends and someone commented on his post and he popped up. So I clicked on him and I'm like, hey, that's Sean Lobo. So we called him in for an audition. He comes in for the audition. He messes up his lines. His actings are bad. His acting is very bad. He forgets all his dialogues. He's sweating. But he was a nice guy. He was, he spilled out of the chair, and at the back of his head he had 2 lumps, because he's fat, and I really liked that. And then we cast him, and they bonded very well. So Moin and Sean really bonded well, and he took the character to another level. So he did a better. So the minute I saw him, I'm like, he'll do a better job than me. He's the character. Let's go for it.
And now you guys exchange notes on where to shop, where overweight people go.
Exactly. Yeah. There are hardly 2 stores in Bombay, 1 store in Bombay. So we keep talking, where do we buy shorts, where do we buy shoes, where do we pick up shirts. So if I have to stitch a suit, I'm like, hey Damien, who's your tailor? Who's your tailor? Send me tailor's number.
And this is such an interesting relationship between the aged Mrs. D'Souza and the young Moin Khan, the lift boy. She is mentor, guru, and also, teaches him and inspires him. So I want you guys to describe that relationship, Moin.
It's I think it's the most special relation in the movie. Raju's completely lost in the starting of the movie. He doesn't know what to do and everything, and he comes across Mrs. D'Souza, and initially she's trying to understand him, and he's not able to figure out what this is, but as time passes by, he realizes, the kind of things she's told him, the kind of things she's taught him.
And his father, Nyla, in the film, has been employed in your building, Mrs. D'Souza's building, for a while. And there is a kind of like a karmic connection between Mrs. D'Souza's character and this boy's father and him.
So Maureen D'Souza is the owner of this posh building in Bandra, and Krishna Tavde, the lift man, has been employed in this building for years. So Krishna has been a loyal employee, and he stayed there for a long time, and Maureen has been a well-wisher for Krishna's family. So the whole story is the lift man falls sick, and his vagabond son has to come to this building. The prodigal son comes to this building, and how his life changes after taking up this lift boy job. So the job he always turned his back on is staring straight at him, and he picks up that job, and how he uplifts himself starting this job, and he also uplifts the landlady's life, because she is living a solitary life. She's lost her husband, and when he comes into her life, she finds a new friend and purpose in life. So it's a nice, feel-good, happy film.
And the building is called Galaxy Apartments. Why? Have you spent enough time outside Salman Khan's building complex, my friend?
I'm a big Salman Khan fan.
I think the loneliness also gets to her. So at that point, when Raju comes into her life, that bond that starts, because she wants to help him, and they start bonding. And I think because she never had a child of her own, she bonds in that sense that he takes over as her son. So
it's very motherly. Yeah.
She starts feeling that way towards him, and that's how the bond goes to a certain level.
It's a very sweet bond.
Yeah, there's tremendous pathos in that. I mean, I didn't want to give it away because I thought it was a plot point, but then fine, there's obviously some kind of a connection from his childhood days, and that pathos is played out very, very beautifully, I have to say.
And there's an iconic metaphor in the film, so watch out for the iconic lollipop scene in the film and the painting in the lift. I think I'll leave it at
Absolutely.
that. I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Natalie Imbruglia, Torn. A last leg of conversation with the crew from The Lift Boy. Don't go anywhere. Australian songstress Natalie Imbruglia, that's Torn. The Lift Boy is in select PVR theatres tomorrow. A sweet film about a relationship between a lift boy and the owner of that particular building. A story of nurturing, love, and a bit of sweetness in there. Jonathan Augustin, director. Nyla Masood, Moin Khan, actors are in studio. A last leg of conversation.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Okay, the music. You tried valiantly to try and get the Irish diva Enya.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Yeah.
Well, there's always a next time.
Next film, yeah.
But I like the rock in the beginning titles and the use of music and who helped you with your music.
So the music was done by Ryan Clark, the Mozart of Nevada. I also tried an Indian Mozart, which didn't work out. And then I went and found our own Mozart, Ryan Clark. We composed the music in Hollywood. Again, we found him. So he sent us a cold message. He saw our page on IMDb. And he sent us a cold message saying, hey, I would love to pitch for this film. And we spoke on Facebook. We had a Skype chat. We connected. Then we flew down to Hollywood and we recorded the music there over a period of... The plan was 3 months. It took us 8 months. And the music is more... It's got a lot of orchestration. It's got a nice ambient female vocal as a bed. And it's a soothing piece. Most of the pieces are soothing pieces. And it just elevates the film.
And I have to say, it has the sweetest ending ever. I mean, people ought to go into the theatres to see it. Who were the other actors? I mean, the Lift Boy's parents and this sweet girl who we imagine has a romantic liaison with the Lift Boy.
So we have Sagar Kale, who plays the Lift Boy's father, Krishna Tavde. We have Neha Bam, both very popular actors in television and film. They do a lot of Marathi work, a lot of Marathi films and television. Then we have Anisha Shah, who's a theatre actor, and she's on a few web series as well, and she plays the Lift Boy's love interest. And she also happens to be Moin's dear friend. So casting for the character of Princess, her name is Princess Kapoor in the film. That's the character's name. Casting for that was a nightmare because one, we were finding good-looking girls, but they couldn't act. And Princess had 3 C's, which is casual, candid, curious. And to find an actor who could just tick these 3 boxes was so difficult, Hrishi K. Finally, I told Moin, I'm going to make the character a boy. We'll call him Prince. And then and Moin got scared and he started casting for it and he started calling his friends. And Anisha comes in and she nails. There was no audition. The minute I saw them talking, I'm like, this is perfect. That's our Princess. On script, she was 18 years old. In real life, Anisha's about 24, 25. And we changed the age of the character instantly.
And I was very pleasantly surprised to see a former colleague, Shilpa, who plays the girl's mother.
Yeah, Shilpa Iyer. So Shilpa Iyer was the head of Vice President Sales at SET India, Sony India. And she was keen on acting and pursuing acting. So our casting team called her in for an audition. And the minute she walked in, I'm like, that's Mrs. Kapoor. And now she's quit her corporate job and she's become an actor full time. Her first film was The Lift Boy.
So Nyla, any ideas on that?
Oh, well, we hope so.
Moin, this must be a special stepping stone for
sure,
you.
Yeah.
What are your future plans? What are you hoping with your fingers crossed?
Oh well, I just want to do this all my life. This is the only thing I know that is. So I, that this film's really special to me, and I just hope people like it. And I look forward to doing more films. Ideally want to die on a film set also.
Oh, that's
extreme.
I love it. I love films that much. So
I remember when I first met Moin, I'm like, Moin, what's your dream? And he's like, if I have an IMDb page like Robert De Niro, I've made it in life. And I think he's working towards it. So that's good.
Okay, lovely. Listen, parting thoughts. You're also willing to do special screenings. You want to shout that out and give out all the details before we say more.
So absolutely. So you can book the film on Book My Show or Waka, which is a PVR and Book My Show company. Also, in addition to that, since it's a limited release, we've been getting a lot of calls and emails saying, can you screen the film here? Can you screen the film there? If you fancy a special screening, you can send us an email on JA, that's J for Jonathan, A for Augustin, at caroline.pictures. That's CAROLINE.PICTURES, caroline.pictures. Or you could just send us a message on +91 9769 783873.
Go very slow on that. There are no graphics. This is radio, not your cinema and television.
I'll come again. The number is +91 9769 783873. You can just drop us a message or give us a call and say, hey, we would like to watch the film. Either we'll come to your office or your auditorium and screen the film for you, or at any PVR cinema we can screen the film for you.
Lovely. Nyla, all the best. Thank you for rolling by.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Moin.
It was a
Thank you
pleasure,
so
an
much.
absolute pleasure
Yeah.
talking.
And Jonathan, till we meet again, my friend.
Thanks, Hrishi K.
Up ahead, my travel bits with Yogi and Suchna from the Backpacker Co and Villa Escape. Don't go anywhere. 10:41 live. I'm Hrishi K.
94.3.
Upgrade to India's #1 international radio network. Upgrade to 94.3 Radio 1.